My name is Yokohama, Miss Yoko, a tender Chinese orchid transplanted into this world of vice and debauchery they call Little Lon.
When evil calls your name.
여러분들, 145년 전에 홍등가가 멜버른에서 가장 맛있는 진을 만들어내는 아주 쿨한 바가 됐다고 하는데 과연 어떤 곳일까요? 오늘은 멜버른에 있는 아주 특별한 장소와 리틀 론이라는 역사적인 바를 다녀왔는데요. 이 바는 리틀 론 지역에 위치한 바인데요. 이곳은 19세기 후반부터 20세기 초반에 걸쳐서 호주 멜버른으로 이민을 온 아주 다양한 이민자들이 모여 사는 아주 독특한 문화의 중심지였다고 합니다. 1870년대 후반부터 1900년대 초반까지 리틀 론은요, 이 좁은 골목과 이 밀집된 주거지로 유명했는데 이 지역은 특히 홍등가, 그러니까 집장촌이죠. 집장촌으로 유명했고요. 이곳에는 많은 매춘관과 그 아편굴, 불법 술집들이 가득했다고 합니다. 그런데 이런 나쁜 이미지와는 별개로요, 리틀론은 이 멜버른의 이 사회 역사와 도시 발전에 있어서 아주 중요한 장소입니다. 이 지역은요, 경제적인 어려움과 이 당시에 그 금광 열풍 시대를 거치면서 이 많은 사람들이 범죄나 매춘으로 생계를 이어가야 했었던 곳이었다고 합니다. 그러니까 오늘날은 그 리틀론 지구는요, 비즈니스 지역으로 완전히 그 모습이 바뀌었는데요. 이곳의 역사는 여전히 기억되고 있습니다. 여러분들도 잘 아시겠지만 호주 역사는 굉장히 짧죠. 이렇게 짧은 역사를 가진 호주 멜버른인데요. 이렇게 특별한 이야기를 담고 있는 리틀론에 그 위치한 이 독특하고 특별한 바, 리틀 론 바를 오늘 소개해드리겠습니다. 오늘 아주 특별한 이야기가 있으니까요. 채널 고정하시고요. 구독과 좋아요 잊지 마세요. 여러분들, 저는 지금 무려 145년이 된 건물로 가고 있는데요. 이곳은 바로 지금 진을 만들고 팔고 있는 그런 히든 바를 가고 있습니다. 이름은요, 리틀 론이라고 하는 진 바인데요. 이 빌딩이 무려 지금 145년이 됐다고 합니다. 바로 이곳입니다. 한번 같이 가보실까요?
Miss Yoko, she went under this nickname Miss Yoko or Miss Yokohama, and despite her Japanese nickname, she was actually originally from China. So her real name was Tiyukama Chung, and she was 19 years old when she left China. She was from a poorer part of the country, and her family decided they were just going to pop her on a boat to leave China. Hopefully lead her into a better life, more opportunities and that kind of a thing. So she gets onto this boat, she leaves, 19 years old, probably didn't know any English at the time, ended up in Tasmania. Of course no greeting, no one to look after her. So one of the first things she had to do was she had to feed herself. She ended up stealing a pound of biscuits and unfortunately did so unsuccessfully. She got caught, got arrested, and the people that arrested her decided they were going to deport her immediately back to China. So she's obviously not too happy. She gets back onto the boat to take her back to China. But the boat stopped en route in Melbourne to pick up some supplies. She sees her chance, she jumped ship, swam ashore somehow, and then managed to find her way to this area of Little Lon, the red light district of Melbourne. And from 1915 to 1923, she actually lived and worked in this little cottage that we're in currently. So it was during the brothel days, but she very quickly made her way up to become a madam of our cottage, so a very important role. And then in her later years, ended up owning 5 to 6 other cottages in the area. So literally without any help from anyone else, she really went from nothing to creating a really good life for herself. So we're obsessed with her. We think she's absolutely incredible.
Can you tell us the story? Because I'm sure all Koreans love,
love to know about this bar. Can you tell us?
Of course.
Yeah.
So as a bar and a distillery, we've been here for about 5.5 years. But it's a beautiful old heritage listed cottage. So basically the government has protected it so that it can remain. It also means that it's the last single story dwelling in the CBD of Melbourne. So that's really awesome for us. It's very old. It was built in 1877. And it was actually in the heart of the Little Lon red light district. So what that meant was some interesting characters around here. Maybe a poorer part of the city. Some said it was a bit of a slum town. It is a really small building, but 9 to 10 people could have lived in here at any given time. And for the first few years it existed, it was actually a brothel. So lots of strange things I'm sure have gone on in this little cottage, but we love it. Yeah, very cool. Because there is so much history around here and there's been so many interesting people that once existed around these parts, we've decided to name all of our gins that we've distilled in this cottage after people that once existed here. So we have beautiful, unique gins, but we also have really interesting stories of the people that we've named the gins after. So that's really fun for us. And then our spirit as well, our gin is made a little bit differently than most gin and vodkas around the world. We actually make it from scratch, whereas most distilleries will get a third party to make their ethanol for them, bring it in, and then throw the ethanol into their still, add some botanicals, distill away. It's the most common way to make gin, totally fine, but we make it from scratch, so we really get to have full control over our base ingredient we use for our alcohol, which is malted barley. So it just makes our gin taste a little bit different, so we've got a few things going on there, which is fun and unique, I think.
Why is gin bar? I mean, you know, you can make other drink.
Sure.
Yeah. Why is gin?
I think gin is really booming right now. It's being really popular, I think, in Australian culture, and it's going off around the rest of the world as well. So there is that. The other part is that gin is a lot faster to make, whereas you can kind of make it in about a week if you're making it from scratch. So that really helps us to put out our product immediately. Saying that, we also do have whiskey on the way. So we've made some whiskey as well. It's almost ready actually. In the next couple of months we'll also have some whiskey going too.
Wow.
So we're not limiting ourselves just to gin.
Okay.
We've got a vodka, we've got a couple of liqueurs, but yeah, we've got some exciting things happening
Wow.
too.
Is there any signature drinks or special cocktails you guys can offer with your gin?
Absolutely, we've got quite a few. We even have like a little cocktail booklet that we release. We try to do maybe a new one every year or so. But we, as a cocktail bar, we do change all of our signature cocktails seasonally. So every season we have at least sort of around 10 or so signature cocktails that we've got. I'd say currently maybe one of our more popular ones is our Coconut North Side. So we've got coconut oil washed gin, our Miss Yoko gin.
So you guys always create something new?
Yeah,
Ah, okay.
yeah. I mean, it's something that I really enjoy doing, and it seems to go really well with Melbourne as well. Everyone really enjoys trying different things for most of it.
So most of the ingredient is from Australia.
Yes, if we can get locally sourced ingredients, absolutely.
Have you tried soju before?
Have.
Okay.
Yes.
So I don't know much about gin, but this gin and soju is very similar for me. Any Korean visit here, what would you like to offer or recommend?
I would say maybe, I think soju can sometimes, not always, be maybe a little bit sweeter than gin.
Ah.
I love soju. I would say maybe a sweeter gin, and even saying that it's still gonna be higher alcohol percentage, so it's not like your sugary liqueurs or anything.
오늘 이렇게 정말 멋진 이런 히스토리를 들어봤습니다. 제가 여기 처음에 왔을 때 너무나 저는 감동을 받았었거든요. 이렇게 오래된 지역을 이렇게 그대로 살려서 멋있는 바로 이렇게 둔갑을 했는데 그냥 단순한 바가 아니고요. 바에서 이렇게 진을 만들고 이 진을 또 여러 가지로 크리에이팅을 해서 칵테일을 판매를 하고 이런 히스토리를 계속 간직하고 있는 이런 아주 멋있는 리틀 론이었습니다. 여러분들 멜번에 오시면요 꼭 한번 들려서 이런 또 맛있는 진도 이렇게 맛도 보시고 이런 또 재밌는 히스토리도 같이 들어보는 것도 아주 좋은 그런 경험이 될 것 같습니다.